This is Richard Fowler. I'm John Kilpatrick with Okolona Aikido, Louisville, Kentucky, USA. And today we're going to look at Yonkyo for taking a knife. And this is even unorthodox for us. And as you've noticed, nothing we do is orthodox, or at least nothing we show here, because I figure if it's orthodox, you can see it in 1,000 different places. And so what concerns us is that frequently when somebody attacks us with a knife, and this can be from any attack, it can be a shomanuchi or a yokomen or a ski or anything that, and to show this, let's do it this way. So would be that he's striking with his right hand, and I'm going to step in and hit him here. And if he has his hand up, which frequently does, if it's a shomanuchi type or if it's a yokomen or even with ski, frequently the hand is vertical. I can't get a sankyo grip on him. And sankyo is what I would prefer if I'm going to take a knife. It's a knife-taking technique. But if you can't get it, you can't get it. So you end up grabbing him in a Yonkyo type position. And so if you're going to do anything, and frankly, I think taking a knife, we practice the knife-taking techniques, and because that's part of Aikido, and that's what we do. So we actually do practice stuff that's pretty standard. We do try to practice in a way that we can make actually work. So I think if you're really being pressed by multiple attackers, you probably won't try any of this stuff, because unless you just luck into it, because it's just easier not to. But we're going to assume we're going to try it. So we grab his wrist here. Well, the normal way of doing this, so let's turn around. So you see I've got his, if his palm is here, you end up grabbing him more or less this way, which is more or less the grip that you have for Yonkyo. And whereas if it were Sankyo, I'd be here, and this is what I'd prefer, but you rarely can get that. People just, aren't, unless they're, I don't know, there's just, nobody's usually attacking you palm down with a knife, at least not around here. And so I get this grip, and normally with Yonkyo, what you do is you grab this, you grab it with both hands, you come up, and by the way, he wouldn't have a knife. I mean, you don't do it as a knife-taking technique. And then you either take it to the ground, you cut it like a sort of like a sword cut, but you take it to the ground either in front of him or behind him for a rimi or tenkai. So we're not going to do any of that. We actually don't practice that very much. Most of our practice is with knife attacks, and really most of it is either freestyle or working on some problem we came across in freestyle. Our practices don't look a lot like a standard Aikido class. They're much more, I would say, much more realistic. Our partners give a lot more fight, and these risk-taking techniques get a whole lot harder when your partner's not just letting you throw them. They get a whole lot harder. And so in general, and this is certainly true for this, I wouldn't even think about trying to do almost any throw until I hit the person. We always hit them. And we practice with the hit. Now, one of my teachers said that his teacher said hurt first, which means you hit them first, but they never practiced hitting. Well, when you're under pressure, you're in bad shape then. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to usually, you know, like I've said, I've got attackers here and here, and I've got to deal with one of them, and I'm dealing with the one that's on the stage here, you know, for obvious reasons. And so when I come in here, I'm going to, here I'm leading with this hand and hitting, well, the way we normally do this a lot is here. Another way of doing this is, well, I wouldn't be doing this. So for this, we'll be coming here and hit here. Now I've caught his ribs. I don't stop here. I hit him. Hopefully I try to hit him in the neck, or here in the throat or in the neck. And then I catch this with two hands. I hope he's going to just drop the knife. I hope that did the job. But if it didn't do the job, I can't stop moving because there's a guy coming behind me to get me. So I step, and I bring this over my head, and I step again. And so I've got his hand in front of me. I take the knife out of his hand. And now I can, if I need to, I can stab him. But if somebody's coming at me really quickly there, I've just got to get away from him. I can't even take time to stab him. So if you think you've got time to throw him and do a bunch of mess with him on the ground, you don't even have time to stab him. All you can do is just hope he doesn't have another knife on him and hope the strike you did worked. So to show that with a little bit more realism, he's coming in, strike, and that's the way it looks from this side. And let's do it from this other direction here. So here, and so that's our technique. And really, when you've got multiple attackers, it's really important. You know, some people say, well, take the guy and throw him back on him and all. That's nice when your attackers are kind of standing back and letting you deal with one guy and then the next guy and all. But when everybody's rushing you and they're really trying to get you, boy, you don't have any, there is no time. You have 2 or 3 knives coming at you all right at the same moment. So that's what we're doing with Yonkyo. One thing I'll point out here that's really important, you can also do this in the standard way, going to the standard side. So I would have this, and I'm hitting here. When I do this, I go behind him, I step back and pull this. Now, whichever side I go to, it's really important to have his palm up. I'm trying to get this high enough for the camera to see it. His palm is up. If I leave his hand like this, I can't get the knife. I have to keep it in front of me and turn the palm all the way over and then take the knife. And you're destroying the guy's structure. You've hit him. He's very weakened. I'm not crazy enough to think you could pull this off against a person who isn't already compromised. So that's our Yonkyo to take a knife.